Hello, John here, and welcome to another stream where we are going to continue recoding Jeff Minter's GridRunner. The last episode, we had, if I remember rightly, we had a bug, and I've got it open. You can't see that very well, can you? Right, so here we go. Let's do that. There we go. So there is a bug, right? I've just got to figure out. Right, so let's get in there. Just got to figure out what's causing it. So I'm going to load it back in. I've got it loaded in, and I think I know what the problem is. I've just got to be. How many monitors have you when you're streaming? Two. There we go. One here, which is what you see, and one here, where all my notes are. There's gonna be, if I can get away with it. Oh, don't. Hopefully after Christmas, I'm having 2 more. No, I ain't got 3. I mean, sometimes I have my iPad here. You're probably thinking here, where I'm looking at what you guys see. Yeah. So that's the only thing. Look, I told you I was playing Minecraft. I've still got the controller hanging about. Right. So the problem is, the ship disappears. Right. So there's our ship, and it fires once. So I'm going to figure out what we're doing there. But when I was moving around the screen, yeah, the ship disappeared. Now, it doesn't do it when we're not firing. So it must be something to do with the fire, because as soon as I start firing, watch. Right, so this is the problem, right? So I'm going up and down. So I've identified that it's this. So we're going up and down. We're okay. There's nothing wrong. Until I start firing. So here we go. There. There, it's gone. I'm there, somewhere. But the ship's gone. So, what I think's happening is we're moving forward. Yeah, that's what I think's happening. Is we fire the bullet, we move forward. So I mean, you've got to remember the sequence of our game loop. So with the sequence of the game loop in place, right? So we do the controls, yeah. We move forward, but then we do the fire, yeah. And we put the bullet on the screen, but then we check the controls and we move forward. So the bullet's here. So we're here. The bullet's here, right? So we move forward and put our ship where the bullet is. That. Oh, hang on. Oh, right, okay. That was very clever, that artwork. Very clever. The one below it? That is the one below it. Yeah. That artwork is very clever. But yes, ice cream. In this weather, of course. Anyway, back to the issue at hand. So the ship's here, right? We fire the bullet, which is the next routine down, yeah? But then we do the controls and move the ship. Yes. Jeff Minter ice cream. So the ship is there. But then we run the bullet, and the first thing the bullet does is overwrites that with a 0 with the grid and then moves up. So when we move the ship, all it sees is the grid and it doesn't move. So what we need to do is we need to test when we do the fire control if the ship is where it is, because if it's not a 0 we can't blank it out. So we just got to find where's the control, fire control. Have I got it as separate routine? Yeah. There we go. So we need, we need to stop it. We need to check what's there. Here we go. So that's what's under the bullet. So we do the sound effect. He's not fired. So the first we got to check. Right, here we go. So this is it here. Yeah? But we're loading the column and the row, and then we're getting the character. Compare with bullet character, branch if equal to there. Compare with grid character, branch if equal to there. So we need... So it's, yeah, so it's here. So here we need to bypass, because it means there's something else there. So we need to bypass to here. Right. Right. Because we do a JSR for pods, but if it's not a pod, so we jump to there. That should solve it. Ugh, done it again. You can tell I've been programming all week. VosTR. Yes, we do test. That's what I've just been in. But unfortunately, we don't test for the ship. So what I'm trying to do is, doesn't matter what's underneath it, because we'll have the routine to check for the pods. Here we go. So right, so it's up and down where we go wrong. So let me get firing. Well, I think that solved it. Hang on. That's fire. Let's get these 4 buttons on the control. Right. I think that solved it. But it was definitely reproducible when we was doing this. Yep, fixed it. Bug solved. So, in the grand scheme of things, so we have done fire control. So that's now, well, we haven't done it all because we've got to check for the pods, but we haven't got to doing the pods yet. So we've done the player moving about, yeah, and we've done the fire control and the bullet going up the screen. So the next one here is the grid edge control. Okay, so let's just run that so we can see what we're on about. Oh, gotta swap joysticks. Alt and J, Alt and J, Alt J. There we go. So these are the fellas here. These. So we now got to do these. And more than likely it will be with the now laser control is a different routine. So that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to try and implement the laser controls. So let's jump to the definition. And that's the master timer. Now our master timer is the raster. So we'll create another file. Yeah, put it down here. So we'll create another file. And we'll call it GridRunner underscore what we're going to call it, grid edge ship control. Crikey, grid edge ship control. Right, so the first things we need to do some imports. So we'll do these because they're the common ones. There we go. Right, we'll get rid of the files. So grid edge ship control. Right, so the first thing is there is a master timer, and we're using so there's a game, that's the game control timer. So That's the game control. I bet there's a fire control timer as well, I've forgotten. Let's open that up so we can have a look. No, that is just checking for... We did have a fire control timer, but we turned it off because it was too slow. So we need to figure out what the master timer is for this. So it's saying 13. If it's 1, then work out. Okay, so we need to run that and see what 13's doing. Let's see if we can find all instances of it. So there's 4 of them. Ah, okay. 80. So the master timer is 80. So that's 126 cycles before it moves the ship. Okay. So the master timer is set to 80. So 128 cycles before it moves the grid. So we're using the frame, we're using the raster as our master timer. So that's going to be running at 60 frames a second. So right, so we need to create a new timer. So where was I putting the timers? Here we go. So we're at 41. So edge ship timers. Timer. So we'll do 41. So let's move that over so you can see it still. So I can get this other one on the screen. Not that one. That one. So we're going to do the same thing again. So for every raster, we're gonna decrease the timer. So we'll get the timer default. Timer defaults. Maybe we could put it in the thing, because we might want the ships running quicker as you get into the different, further on in level. We'll hard code it to start with first. So right, so LDA, what will we call it? 40. 41. Do that, and no. If we deck that and then compare branch if minus, does deck set the negative flag? Good question, John. We're about to find out. Let's have a look. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. So if it's plus, then we want it to hang on, if it's plus, we want it to decrement, so it's minus. Branch shift minus to there. So if it's plus, we just want it to drop out, because it would be, yeah. So we're going to hardwire this at the moment. So we're going to say 60 frames a second. So we'll get it to move every half second. Store it in. So that's resetting the timer. So now, I mean, he's got a second timer there. He has a second timer, but he loads it to 2. So it run. We'll have to see if it's too fast for us. We'll have to see. So, so he's loading the column. I mean, it's dead when the routine's so simple. Yeah, the routine's so simple. I mean, this is basically it. So it's that. There's no real way of making this any better. But we will do. We'll get rid of all this rubbish. And we'll just make sure everything's fine. See, that's going to be a problem because I don't want to do that. Because why is he? It's loading the screen character, then he's storing it, but he just jumps, then it returns. Oh, is it because of that? Okay. But we are not doing them. We are going to do that. And then that. That is jumping past. Right, so let's sort this out. Let's see what he's doing. So he's loading 0 into the screen column. So we are on the ship that's going vertically up, vertically down. Yeah, it's vertically down. And then he's loading the row, storing it in script. Then he's putting a space, so he's blanking out the character that was there. Then he's increasing the row, loading it in, comparing it with the bottom of the matrix, +1. So basically, have we gone off the bottom of the matrix? If we haven't, we carry on. If he has, then he resets it back to the top of the matrix, and then we run through it again. So loads the ship row, stores it, gets the character, stores it in the character, gets the color. Oh, gets the color, gets the vertical character, stores it, and puts it on the screen. Right, so this is now, right, so this is the working out the vertical. So this is, right, Okay, so vertical ship, yeah, position. This one's working out the horizontal ship position, so we'll make that a proper one. So we're doing the vertical one, and we're not off the grid, so it carries on. Now we're doing the horizontal, so horizontal ship, so the ship, the one that goes across the bottom. So we're loading the matrix bottom row, +1 because we are one below. Store it, put a space in, store the character, so we're storing the space, then we work out the next horizontal position. Have we fallen off the matrix? If we haven't, we bypass. If we have, we reset it back to the first column. Then we store the ship on the screen. So this is placing it. Store the character at the position. So what is that? What do we do there? Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? It's 2, so it's a bit further up. Oh, there. Store character at screen position. So why are we doing this? Sorry, this here. Oh, this. Why are we doing this? Oh, that's why? Jeff, why? Well, we're going to make this better. Right, so we ought to use this. So store character at screen position. So that is this here as well. So do that there. And work out the vertical, blah, blah, blah. And we're doing it again. So do that there. Oops, 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 oops. Do that there, but we don't need to store that because that is the first command in this here. Right, store character at screen position, load space, store character at screen position. Don't need to do that. We can move that as well. Why is that there? Cut. Paste that there. And we don't need this or that. All we need is that to be put in there. Here we go. Here we go. Right, so and then he's got another counter. Out ship firing timer. Where's that? What number's that? 17. Here we go. Oh, we've already got a outer grid timer, so we'll use that. Right, let's get rid of 41. We'll use that one instead. Go back up to the top, decrease that. So there must be something in game setup for that. There we go, outer grid timer. So what are we setting it to? We're setting it to 30, so we'll set it to 30 as well. Right, that's sorted that out. So this should put the thing on the screen, and then what it's doing is we've got another one called out ship firing timer, which is set to OA. So this happens every time the ship moves. So we decrement it, and then we move the ship, we decrement the laser firing timer. Is the timer equal to 0? Yes, it is. Then we're going to fire the laser. If it's not, then we're going to jump out. So we're going to load the laser firing reset. So that's stored because of the level. And then we're going to do the fire laser sound effect. Right, let's find that beastie. It's down here. Fire laser sound effect. Now, the thing is, so that's just setting that up. That's it. That's all that happens. It's just the once. So this is the sound effect here. So let's cut that out and put that in there. What else is happening? That's okay. That's all right. Right. Let's make this a proper label. And sound effect, and we'll put this into the SID file cut. SID. And we'll put it in there. Right, okay. So that should be it. Famous last words, but that should be it. So let's put our include in here. Can't be bothered to type it back in. Oi. Oi. Stupid software. Right, so we've included it in. So we should end up with the ships doing theirs. So okay, F6, here we go. Oh, failed. Line 23. That looks like it's done. Let's try again. No ships. Why would there be no ships? Why? Come on, guys. Do you know why it's not working? Have you been paying attention? My deliberate mistake? Anybody? You're very quiet. Come on, FaZe. What have I forgotten? Eh? I forgot to put it in the game loop. Right, so they're moving too slow compared to... There's the fire. Did you hear that? Did you hear the fire noise? There we go. There's the fire noise. So we've got the ships working out when to fire the lasers. Was one of them offline? Yeah, one of them's not going high enough. Yeah, the vertical ship's not going high enough. So that's a problem with our constant. So let's find the... Stop it. So, where's the constant? Capitals, capitals, capitals. Here we go. So the top row is 03. Let's try 02. To be honest, let's see what it's like in the original one. So we're keeping an eye on the ships, yeah? Oh, Alt, J. So it's the vertical one we want to keep an eye on, yeah? Does it go to the top? No, it doesn't. Even that's not going to the top. Oh, the ships are moving a lot quicker, aren't they? Right. So there wasn't a bug. Let's put that column, let's put that back. There wasn't a bug. It doesn't actually go to the top. So we let's put I don't want to do that, but I'm gonna have to do it. Right, let's speed this thing up. So 15. Let's go to the game activation routine and change that, because that's where we're gonna, when we make this better, we're gonna have those speeds change. Hello, WauloK. Good morning. Have you just fallen out of bed? Right, let's see what this is like. See if the ships run quicker. Right. So they're still slow. Hang on. Yeah, I'm at 100%. So even on 15 they're slow. So that's moving every quarter of a second. Alright then, let's change it. Let's up it a bit more. So 10. 7, that's every 10. 10, that's every 6th of a second, isn't it? Because we're running this on the raster. Right. Here we go. Let's see if that gets anywhere. I'm just wondering if we need a timer. I'd like to know why it fires. We're getting there. We're getting there. Still not quick enough, I don't think. Let's do it compared with the original. Alt J. that is so much faster. Yeah, we're at 100%. Okay, let's halve it again. Is that too fast now? That look excuse me. That looks too fast now. So we've probably gone a little bit too far, so we'll make it 7 and 7. That's better. That's better. Sure, that's better. Let's keep that one running. We'll run the original. No, it's still faster, isn't it? Got to time this. Timer, timer, timer. Right. Stopwatch. From when it... So when it comes across the screen, here we go. Three seconds. Right, 3 seconds. It took 3 seconds to cross the screen. So let's do the same with this one, yeah? Five. So we've got to make it smaller. Got to make it smaller. Right, so if that took 5 seconds, well, it was 3.5 seconds to get across the screen on the other one. And this is now 6, just shy of 6 seconds. So let's make this 4 and 4. And I would think that's it. And we'll time it as well, just to make sure. There we go. That's the speed. 3.8. That's why I make that out, but that's me not being accurate. With my reflexes. So we've got the left and right. Sorry, the left and the horizontal and the left hand side ships running at roughly the speed. Boing, boing, boing. That sounds familiar. Let's run it here. Get them both going at the same time. Alt J. So the real game's still running just slightly faster. But that's fine. I'm happy with that because we're on different timing mechanisms. We're on different timing mechanisms. As the original game wasn't tied to the rasters, we're using the raster as our master clock. Yeah. Also, I noticed that the original had a higher frequency on the laser sound, but it's the same as here. So loading 0, 21, 0, 21. And then that is 03 in high. So yeah. Sounds different, but not according to that. It's the same. Right. So what's next? Find the game control. So we've done that, so now it's laser control. Okie dokie dokie dokie. So we've got rid of that. We'll get rid of that for the moment. So laser control. So let's add another file. So we'll do the same as before. Grab that. Put it in there. See what Jeff did. So execute laser. Draw laser, let's copy the whole lot, and then we can decide what we're going to do with it. Change laser character, pod decay, execute decay, load pod, continue pod location, check pod, character pod not found, set up the pod bomb. Ooh, it's a long one, this one. God, yeah. I think that's it. That's an awful lot of code. We'll do it in bits. So we'll start with laser control. So he's got a firing timer. So we'll have the firing timer, so we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of that. So it's saying, is the laser activated? Now, we did that in the previous thing here. Because at the bottom, where we fire the laser, we put FF in laser activated. So he's got a firing timer, that checks, but he's checking with 5. Am I 5? Why would you be checking if it's 5? Let's see what we can find. So he's decrementing it. Oh, that's for the oh, right, okay. The laser does the shimmer effect, doesn't it? Oh, okay. So we're using the firing timer on fire control, are we? No, we're not. We took it out. We took it out. Because it looks like he's tied in the laser control with the firing timer. So the laser fires just before we're allowed to fire ourselves. Okay. Interesting, Mr. Bond. So how are we going to do this? So he's okay. So he's list, but we don't have the firing on the we don't have the firing timer on the fire control. Oh, maybe we're going to have to use the firing timer. Game activation. Do we load the firing timer into here? No. I mean, it doesn't default it. Okay. God, I sound like a Minecraft villager. Alright, so we'll not use the firing timer. Yeah, sound like a Minecraft villager. Right, so we won't have a timer. So we're just going to check that the laser's active. So if it's equal, then we'll go to execute laser. Laser. Get rid of that. Change laser character. Okay. So we'll put that way down here. So he's decreasing the firing timer, so oh, but the thing is, right, okay, that means if, no, 60 frames a second. We could have the no, we're going to have a timer on it. We're going to have a firing timer. No. Where are we? Where are we going? Fire laser. Execute. Here we go. We're going to have a firing timer. I've got to have it in. Got to have it in. Because the laser shimmers 50 frames a second. Yeah, okay. The laser shimmers. When it runs, you can see it shimmering. Yeah. So we'll put it in. So execute laser is not going to be there, it's going to be here. Branch if not equal to exit laser control. So that comes back to here, comes out, get rid of that. Right, because we want it to do the shimmer. 30-second ad just to say hello. Hello, Grey Defender. How are you? So, let me show you what I'm on about. So, if we run the original, Alt J, and we'll slow it down so you can see. So we'll slow it down to 50%. And you'll see, oh, it's still too quick. There we go. Can you see the character, the laser? Yeah, can you see it goes? So we still need a timer in there to control the character swapping, yeah, and that's what we'll use here. I'm not doing it again. Just to vote for you to make a clip of it. So So when it comes in here, if the laser's active, we do it. Really, we should test the lasers active first. Yeah. Why should we run through a timer when we don't need it? Right, so let's do this. Cut that, paste that there. If it's not equal to exit laser control. If it is equal, then we load the fire in it and we go to execute laser. So execute laser. So we'll load. No, we're not going to load it. We are going to decrement it. Decrement firing timer. Get rid of that. Branch shift minus. And then here we re-establish it. So we're going to say, we'll do 5. Firing timer. And you'll see, oh, it's still too quick. There we go. Can you see the character is yeah, can you see it goes zzz, 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 zzz. Cheers, mate. Oh, I'm going to be branded with zzz from now on, am I? Right. So he's changing the laser and then he's checking for 07. Right, so we can do something with that. Let's get that back out. Constants, laser animation. Why should we check for 7? Laser animation, have we got it? Yeah, vertical laser start, vertical laser end. There we go. So we can copy that and paste it in there, +1. Right. So let's do the continue. So vertical draw laser, let's do that bit to there. Right. Change the name. So so it changes the laser character and then we check that it's not run out. Oh dear. Yes, he does. And I've got a giggle. Alright. Right, so we're drawing the vertical laser, so we'll make that a proper one. So draw vertical laser, get rid of that, get rid of that. Alright, so first laser, same color, get rid of that. Detect laser, where's that going? Oh, we ain't even got it in here yet. There it is. Jiggle Johnny. Cheers, WauloK. Right. So detect laser's not in. So we need to do that. Get character from current string location. Easier for you to say, John. Check for ship impact. That's another routine we've got to bring in. So what it's doing, it's loading the laser row, storing it, and then the column, and then it's setting it. Then we're decreasing the laser, loading it. Have we hit the top -1? So that's going to the top. If it's not, go back to here and do the next one. Then we're loading the laser row to screen row, the laser current column to the screen column. Get it, compare, whoa, back up. Compare it with the current laser character. If it's equal, then it's the laser. If it's the grid, if it's not the current laser character, then we put the grid character and then the color, so it's resetting it and then increasing the laser current column. Right. Okay. So then we need check ship check ship impact. Yeah. So we need to look for that. I think that's the next one we need to look for. There it is. So get character, is it the ship? Ship detected, blow up. There we go, there. So we'll put that after that. So what we need to do here is we'll just put an RTS in here, but we'll put a comment in to do add death routine, because that's what this reset stack is. Right, so we've changed, we check the ship placement, and so now, was there another routine that we hadn't got? No, so we continue with the detect laser. Which is here. Right, so we'll go that far. Let's see what he's up to here. Right, detect laser. So we're not going to use that as a... We're going to make it a permanent label. Set. So we're loading the bottom row, then the laser column, and then the color. Right, so it's resetting it. Clear out the laser. So we're physically clearing out the laser here. So it loops back round and clears the laser out. Then it loads the pod color and then the pod character and then stores it. And then resets the character. Right, RTS. Not RTS, JSR. Get rid of that. RTS. So it's going backwards. So it's detecting the laser, ship impact, detect the laser, ship impact, and then places a pod where the intersection was. Right, that should be it. that should be it, boys and girls. So we'll put that include in down here. And then we'll put it in the game control. Game control, so we've called it laser control. So every time you hear that boing, then we should see a laser shimmer and then we should end up with a pod. So let's try it. Let's hope we ain't broke it. What? Thank you. Oh, it's got to be faster than that. Right. It's either got to be faster than that or we slow down the activation. Well, let's speed it up first. So make it 2, so it's alternating every second frame. Oh, still not quick enough. But I think that looks okay. Let's drop it to 1. See what happens there. Right. I think that's quick enough for the laser going across the screen, but I think where's the setup? Setup. So there's the delay for the laser firing. Okay, so that's the delay for the laser firing. Because if you look, if you can, right, let me go to the definition. In fact, let's use this software properly, John. If we do peak definition, go on, peak. Hey, how about that, eh? We're using the software properly. So as you can see, it's set to 10, which is what it's on, but then it gets quicker, yeah? Which means the laser wouldn't get there in time. So because we're doing 50 frames a second, and as Andy pointed out, it's 50, not 60. Right, I put it to 1. So if we do that, that's still doing 1 cycle. But I think that's going to be way too fast. I do believe that that's going to be way too fast. Let's find out. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's okay. Can you see the laser shimmering? I think that would be okay. And it means that when the timing between the firing of the lasers gets shorter. I mean, let me run it again and we'll put it on. Let me run it again and we'll put it on one that's quicker. So let's peak the definition. So this is level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if we can go to a level 6. So F6. And let's see if I can remember how I coded this. Right. Well, ain't that? There we go. What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this should be a lot quick. The timings between the firing should be a lot quicker. So here we go. Yeah, that's a lot quicker. Ooh, nearly died. Oh, look at that. He's never going to hit me if I stay there. So let's move there. Here we go. He should hit me now. There we go. So that hit me. So we know that the routine for killing me works. Okay. Laser control. Where's me dying? Here. So it stops. Player detected to here. Return. But that should return out back anyway. Let's have a look. So JSR into this. Where's the check for shit, which is there? All right. So that's why. So we get it, but it's your ship character. So it comes because we're JSRing out. So it comes out. It's got the. It's checking for that. It's not that. And then it just goes straight into the grid character, and then that stops. That's probably why it does the reset stack. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We can fix that. We can fix that. So let's put a comment in here. We will need to do some PLAs for death routine. Alright. So that's the laser control. That is all we're doing for the laser control. Just firing the laser, detecting that we've hit the ship. Right, so what's next? Pod decay control. Oh, okay. Right. So the pod decay control is where the pods on the screen, every time the laser fires, they decay. They decay, and they will decay to a point where a bomb drops. So we can do that. Have we got time? Have we got time? 10 o'clock. How long will we be going? Yeah, we can do that one. We'll do that one. Right, so let me copy that. So this is pod decay control. So add a new file. Oh, not there, not there, not there. Right, pod decay control. Get rid of that. Put our inserts in. Right, let's find out what he's doing and fix it. Right, pod decay control. Okay, carry on. Check for pods. Pod not found. Pod has decayed. Set up bomb. Right, so I think that's up to there. JSR setup bomb. To there. Nope, empty bomb pod to there. Right, so it looks like it's all that. Okay, let's get rid of all this rubbish. It served a purpose in Infiltrator, but not now. Ooh. Get rid of that, don't need that now. Oh, hang on. No, can get rid of it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Right, pod characters. Ah! He's done it again, the little cheeky monkey, putting no ops in. Right, what are we looking for? Yeah, cheeky monkey's doing it again. Branch if equal to 0. Branch if not equal to 0. Yeah, we're going to change all the way that works. So this is going to go into our so this is going into our data. So we've got a dedicated data area in the file, which is all here. So pod characters is there. So we've already got the pod characters. Yeah, they're already there. So have we got the routine that tests? The pod characters there. I don't remember putting it in, but the characters are definitely there. Okay, I will have a look. Clear blob array. Now that's something I've seen. Yeah, it's there, look. Okay. Clear bomb array. I bet that's to do with the running. Right. Pod decay. So we are... So it's basically the same as the laser control. So it's the firing timer. So it's the so it runs on the firing timer. So so how are we going to test for that? So we're going to have to test for 0 on the firing timer, because unless we do the pod decay, no, it's still going to have to test for 0. Yeah, so the decay of the pod will have to happen just before the laser does. So load firing timer, branch if equal. So if it's 0, then we're going to do the decaying. So out shift. So we're setting up the screen. Load pod location. Checking for pods. Branch if not equal to, that means this, because we're loading the screen character, loading the screen point, and if it's 0, that means it's a grid. So if it's not equal to 0, that means it's something else. So checking for pods. So what we're going to do is we're going to make that a proper one. But if it is, then we're going to increase that. If it's not equal to 0, come back here, increase that, check that it's not the end, and go back to here. Right, okay. So that's running through the screen to find all the pods. So we're checking for pods. First things first, does it have is it a space? Yes, it is, sir. Thank you very much. And goes back. If it's not, then we initialize our looping index, and this is where we're going to change it. So compare with the pod characters which we've just done, and instead of branch if equal, oh no, that's branch if equal to find, say pod has been found, so pod found, dex, here we are doing branch if minus. No, branch if plus. So this is not going to be a 7, it's going to be a 6. Because we're now including 0. Branch if plus back to here. And then jumps back. If it's minus, jumps back to here, and so it's not a pod character. If it is a pod character, if it's 6, so basically if it's the first character in the the end character of the string, it's saying that that pod has now decayed. And then we're increasing x, loading the character, and then storing it back in the place, and then doing it. Right. So we're going to just rem that out for the moment. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Right. So we're going to just rem that out, and I'm going to rem this out because I want to see if the pod decaying is working, right? So this is where the pods are, and they then decay. So I'm not interested in setting up the bomb yet. I just want to see that they've decayed. Right, so we put this in our game loop. Right, let's see. That's good. Something went wrong. Because it's not firing anymore. So, I think we should put the pod decay control in front of the laser. I'm not convinced the way Jeff did it is the right way. Something's been reset there. Something's been reset. Have I not learned? Yeah. Right, let's find fire. Fire control. Right, decrease firing laser. Bah. And it's not that, it's not laser control, it's the ship control, because that activates the laser, doesn't it? So somewhere along the line, this here, this outship firing timer is being destroyed. So hex 17. So let's go back to the pod control, hex 17. S1-F. Oh, is it that? Let's try that again. That's better, but it's not decaying the pods. Right, it's not decaying the pods. So, we are storing it back into there. So maybe it's that what we need to check. Maybe we need to check for when this gets reset. Okay, let's grab that. So it's not the firing timer, but the problem is they are checking for equal to 0. Yeah? And maybe I, instead of doing branch if equal to 0, I do branch if minus, so when it hits the minus, then I can check for 0 here. Let's try that. Min Monsignor Bond. Now, definitely need the decay routine going backward on afterwards, because now it's 2 ticks too quick. Because we've done now branch if minus, so it's 2 extra cycles. So we're testing 2 before it happens, and then 2 extra. So if we do it afterwards, yeah, that should be better. That's better. Well, I say it's better. I still doing it too early, so just check it with that. So basically we're checking it when it resets it. So the laser goes to 255, it fires, that's when it resets the counter, and then we're checking the decay control for the reset. So the decay should happen as the laser fires. Okay, so let's try that. Oh, yes. Right. In our fire control, we now need to check for the pods. We need to check for the pods in the fire control. So let's get that done. Because I think I remmed it out. Yeah, here we go. Check for pods. Now I think that's in pod control. Check for pods. Here we go. Oh, checking for pods. So where's check? Is it check for pods? Right. Let's see if we can find that. I wonder if it's in here. Nope. Nope. Right, okay, we'll find it in here then. Check for pods. Here it is. Pod detected. Pod destroyed. Right. So we'll put that in fire control. We'll put it at the bottom here. All the bullet sound effects in here. I thought they were all in the SID one. Hang on. SID. There we go. That's it. Right, we're checking for pods. So this is going to be 6 because we're going to change this to branch shift plus. Yeah. Why? Why is this here? It never gets there. It never gets there. I mean, check for snakes. Well, we ain't even got that there yet. So we'll take that out. We'll leave that in. To do in snake stream. Right, so then we de-exit. Has it been destroyed? Get the character, send it. Place new pod. Ah. Why is it doing that? Why? We'll have to see why it's doing that. Because we're doing the check for pods up here. There's another one somewhere. There it is, down there. So we're doing this one as well. So it's checking for pods. It destroys the pod. So why not go back and just carry on? Why is he doing the PLA? Baffled. You would just carry on. Add pod score. Add pod score. Update score. Oh, yeah, we'll look at that in a bit, because I think we can do this better. Right, so it's updating the score. Right, so checking for pods. So let's have a look what we're doing. It checks for the pod. If the bullets hit a pod, we check for the pod, and test for next pod. It finds it, comes here. DX. Has the pod been destroyed? No, it hasn't. So we load the next character and store it, and we reset the bullet. So that means we've hit it and we've reset the bullet. If the pod is destroyed, we put the grid character on, reset the bullet, put the grid character on the screen. Why is not that done there? I don't know why. Just make sure he's done the same here. Yep. Turn off the bullet. Add the score. Why have we got place new pod? Why is he doing a JSR? Where's place new pod? Place new pod. There. Oh, Jeff. What? Why? What the hell? Really? Sometimes, mate. Okay, so that should do it. So that's going to update the score as well. All right, then. Let's give it a whirl. So now we're not concentrating on the decay. We're concentrating on now that our fire routine finds it. So there's a pod there, right? Well, that didn't bode well because it's leaving. So something wrong with the check. So something wrong with the check. So L6. Let's do 6. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do need 7. We do need 7. So where's pod control? Where's pod control? So it's definitely 7 then. Pod decay. 7. 7. Let's try again. No, it's 6. No, it's 6. But did you notice? Did you see what was? Did you see what was going on? Let's run it again. I'm going to slow it down so you can see what's going on. Right, so there's the pod there. Now watch what happens when the laser fires. Look, it's cycling through all the animation. So it's cycling through all the animation. So there's a problem with our pod decay routine. The reason when it fires up. So so this is firing up more than once. And also we're too many because it's going into the snake character, so it's definitely 6 and 6. We'll sort the bomb out in a minute. So that's the decay. Fire control is definitely 6. Right. So what's happening with fire control when we activate the, it's not fire control, it's laser, isn't it? Laser control. No, it's edge ships, that's the one. So we reset the firing timer and say that the laser is currently active. So when the laser is running through its bit, it doesn't decrease fire control. Sorry, the what's the other character? What's the other timer? Where are we? It's this one here. This one. So that one is momentarily, while the laser's going, is the same value. So we need another for the pod control. And just trying to think. We only need it to run once, and at the moment it's running more than once, and that's why the because what's happening is the laser's doing that, shimmering, and while the laser's doing that, we're decaying the pod, and we don't want to do that. So have we got What's this pod FX timer? So that's for the pod destruction. Have we got pod destruction in there? Where's my pod? Here we go. Have we got pod destruction in there? Pod destruction effect. No. Oh, hang on. I wonder if that's part of the bomb setup. Hang on. Because we've not implemented the new bomb yet, have we? Bomb destroyed. Oh. How many times has that been called? Reset. Oh, pod destruction effect. Blah. That's why. Okay, that's why the firing thing's going over the top of it then. But it doesn't solve the decay problem. Okay. So we can't use that timing effect. So we need another variable that we can use. Okay, so it looks like there's nothing we can use there, so we're going to have to create a new variable. Okay. So this is so what we're going to do is we're going to say that 0, 0 equals no decay. $FF equals decay. So we put this in the ship fire control. Right, so this is here. So we're firing the laser. So we're going to load LDA $FF, store it there, store it in that. We need to, on startup, we need to initialize it to 0. So game startup, here we go, game activity. So have we got a 0 that we, here we go, we've got a 0 we can nick on there, so store that there. So now in pod control, we don't need to test for that. We can test for that. And if it's not equal to 0, now if it's not equal to 0, then we do the decay. And the first thing we're going to do is reset it. So it won't fire again. Right. F6, here we go. That's better. Get in there. Right, so our fire routine is working. It's detecting it, but it's not doing the pod destroy yet. And that's us dead. Right, so we've got the decay working. Got the decay working. I'm still not convinced though. Yeah, because what will happen is when our bullet hits it, it gets eliminated, and that's what the pod destruction FX routine does. So I'm not worried about the fact that our bullet is still there, because our bullet has stopped. The thing that am I concerned about it? Because we haven't done bomb control, but let's set up the bomb. Let's do the bomb setting up now. So we're setting up the bomb, loading the bomb character, putting it on the screen, right? Then we're loading, so we're loading that. This is the max number of rows, yeah, okay. So we're loading the screen high. Right, so that's loading the next, okay, yeah. Check in. If it's not, store it in the pod reborn character and carry on. Then we are clearing out finding an empty spot and putting it in. So that is firing. That's doing the pod conversion to a bomb. So before, when the pod stopped decaying, it just stayed on last character. Now it should get converted into a bomb. So there's one. Then it goes, and again. Right, this is the last one. Bomb. There we go. So it's converted into a bomb, this one here. See? They're converting into bombs. And that's where the bomb control system would take over the use of all these. Right, so we now know it's converting it into a bomb. So that's good news. Right. It's 11:15. Let's see. I think that's a good place to stop. We've done some serious progress here. So we fixed the bug that was in fire control. We've got the edge ships going. We've done laser control. We've now sorted out the pod decay. The next thing on the task is to do the bomb control, so to moving the bombs. The pod destruction effect. Oh, it was the updating the score. It wasn't updating the score, was it? That's what was bugging me. Fire control. See, it's supposed to be updating the score. Hang on, we've still got a bug. Hang on. Right. If the bullet persists, then we've got a bug and we need to sort it. Right, so there's the first one. Hit. Yeah, the bullet's persistent. It should. Right. Why is the bullet persistent? Fire control. So we check for pods. So we load the character branch if equal to say it's been detected. Then it should then go and DX branch if equal to 0, then it's destroyed. Load the pod character X, store it in the character control, do the color, Aha. It's not putting it on the screen. Right. Try again. There's the first pod. Boom. Oh, and it's still... Why did it not? Should have put the new pod character on the screen. Pod detected. Alright, let's put a breakpoint there. Oh, what do you mean failed? Oh. Right, this is going to sound really, really funny because for some reason I can't get it to work properly. Right. I mean, come on, speed up. Why are you so slow? I don't know. 3, 2, 7, 6, 8. 7, 6, 8. 8. God, makes a right racket this does. Right, fire. There we go. So the bullet is not on the screen. So if we F10, so we load the next character, OF. So we do the, so this is going to, oh look, it's decayed it. Right, so it's decayed it, so why did it 08? Oh, hang on. Oh, it's put the bullet over the top of it. It's put the bullet over the top of it. Right. it decayed it, but it put the bullet over the top. So it's in fire control where we've got the problem. So it's here. So we're coming in, we're checking for a pod. Something at the bullet location. So it must be not that check for pod that's causing the problem. It must be this one. Yeah, it's here. It's here. It's loading the bullet character and then storing it straight back onto the screen. So we need to check so it jumps round. So it jumps round to here. Well, I don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. Because we can just come out of it, because that's the end of the bullet. Yeah, right, that should do it. So it should start decaying. There we go. Oh, we've got some points on the board. Yay! $20 points on the board. 30 points. 40 points. Hey, we're getting some points. £80. There we go. Right. Right, I'm happy now. So we've got the points on the board. We've activated, so the decay, so when the points go on the board, it activates the destruction system, and the way it does the activation of the destruction system is it looks like it sets the sound effects. That's pod decay. It's fire control in it. Here we go. So it does that, and then it sets the sound effects and the counter for the sound effects. So it looks like that is the indicator for the sound of the pod destruction system to work. Right. So I think that's a great place to stop there. So let me do this. So yes, we've changed the constants. We've added file control, ship, laser, mine, pod decay, SID. Yep. So this was coding changes for stream 2020 11 18. Put that into Git. Boom. Right, I think that's a great place to stop. We've sorted it out. Go to bed and not play Minecraft. Yeah, well, that's gonna happen. as soon as this is finished, I'm back to making my armour shop. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me. It's coming along, this. It's coming along. We're not making bad progress on this. Hopefully we'll have, in 2 streams, we'll have it sorted, and then the fun begins, because then we can make it better. Alright then, guys. Let's see. Is anybody around to raid? Let's see. Hayes is online. Alright then, let's go and raid Hayes. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me, and I will see you in the next stream. Take care. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.